Hey rugby fans and kia ora, and welcome back to my channel. Now my name's Ralph and welcome back to Rugby Fanatic. Yes, I am late to the party, but hey, I thought in this video I want to share my All Blacks player ratings as usual as we rate the players based on their performance, and also share a little bit of my thoughts on the game between the All Blacks and France in the second test in the Cape Town. Now, let's get started. Man, what a test match. What a test match, and what an occasion too. We may not have cracked that 50 mark, this time, but hey, we got the win. We sealed the series as well. So with a dominant performance, with a commanding score of 43-17 over the French side. And we're also clinching the Dave Gallagher trophy as well, and also it's our 50th victory over the French side. But All Blacks, they displayed a clinical performance. They were composed, control, putting France on the back foot with speed and power, and also set-piece execution. I thought in the first half, the All Blacks came out firing, with intense, fast-paced play. Adi Savea was exceptional, both, creating and scoring tries. Cam Roigard opened the score with a brilliant, solo run. I thought he played a really good game, followed by Savea's more try and another from Codie Taylor. Despite a yellow card from Barrett, All Blacks capitalised on their numerical advantage, and a slick team move saw, Tupuvai scoring under the sticks. But France had no answer, so we were trailing 26 at the break. And then my thoughts in the second half, I thought, France showed some fight, definitely not a C or B team. When we look at it, France, they show a lot of grit in that second half. We were under pressure. But yeah, they were scoring through Leo in the 45th minute. But, All Blacks, responded quickly. We absorbed the pressure. And, Will Jordan and Rico Ioane, they crossed to stretch the lead for us. But France did get a late cancellation try as well from Josh Brienne, but it didn't... it wasn't enough to make a dent. So, yeah. But, I thought Adi was a standout, setting up and scoring and dominating the breakdown. And also Patrick Tupolotu was dominant in the lineout. I thought Cam Roigard and Codie Taylor and Tupuvai also impressed me as well, playing key roles in the well-balanced team effort. But yeah, my thoughts, I think overall, the All Blacks were clinical in attack and solid on defense. Huge improvement from the first test. I think they're executing their set pieces as well. We saw that trick play. If you haven't seen it, man, you should watch it. It's insane. And just also that constant pressure as well. And despite a brief dip in the second half, the result never looked in doubt. With the Rugby Championship around the corner, we'll be looking to sharpen, our discipline and also continue building on their performance. So I was pretty stoked with that performance. But yeah, well done to the boys. We're clinching the win. Credit to France as well, respect to the French side. They came to New Zealand, with a lot of heart, grit, and they're looking to clinch their, a win in the third test. So yeah, they're looking hungrier and hungrier. They're a better side. They're not a C or B team. Judging by that performance in the second half, they caught us napping, but yeah, we were just too strong in the end. But yeah, good performance on the All Blacks. I was pretty happy with that. So yeah, anyways, let's get straight into our All Blacks player ratings. Now, kicking things off, we've got Ethan de Groot. Now, I gave him a 6.5. The scrum held up well, through his time on the field, but, delivered a powerful push that earned a, penalty against the feed. Strong maul work, strong from 5 meters out. However, lost a turnover on attack early in the second half. So I gave him a 6.5 rating. And then we're moving on to Codie Taylor. Now, I thought Codie Taylor was outstanding, man, his work rate in the first half, the lineout was smooth and efficient under his, guidance. Scored the All Blacks third try in the rolling maul, and another excellent performance from the hooker. So, yeah, I gave him a solid 9. And Fletcher Newell, I thought he had a solid defensive presence in the tight channels. I thought he held his own in the scrum and more. But yeah, he was substitute in the 47th minute after, a consistent shift. I gave him a solid 7. Then we're moving on to Patrick Tupolotu. Now, Tupolotu, he impressed me. Dominant in the air, stealing an early line out and, securing multiple tasks, 7 in total. He proved a go-forward ball with powerful carries and a commanding effort in the second row. So I gave him a solid 8. And Fabian Holland, yes, I gave him a rating of 8. Busy on defense, he was consistently in action, produced a slick link play to assist, Tupuva'ai's try, and also was reliable line-out target, sharing the load with Tupolotu. So, yeah, gave him an 8. And Tupuva'ai, I gave him a 7. He led the team in tackles during the first half, penalised for the ball on the ground, but bounced back with a well-taken, try in the middle, showing great support play. And also Adi Savia, man of the match performance. I gave him a 9.5. A huge game from the captain on his hometown return. Threatened early with the break, before, being stripped. But bounced back with the multiple impactful plays. Set up Roigard's, try with a clever trick play. Scored off a maul. Should watch that trick play, man. That was amazing. Made a big line break as well, and also produced a key ruck steal, which was inspirational. So yeah, Artie, man. It was good to see him captaining the side as well. So yeah, all his boys, they reacted. They all lead from the front, so it was good to see. And then we had Christian Leo Willie. I gave him a 6.5 rating. I mean, a high volume, ball carrier as part of the team's strategy. Won a crucial turnover at the breakdown near halfway. So, yeah, this kid just keeps building and building, and, he's going to be a wrecking ball in the future. So, look forward to him, getting more game time in that A position next week. And also Cam Roigard, I mean, I gave him a solid 8.5. I mean, kicked well from the base early on. Scored the opening try with, a sharp blindside move. Looked dangerous around the fringes, and also played with excellent tempo. And so I gave him an 8.5. Then we had Beauden Barrett, veteran. I gave him a 6. Yeah, he was less influential last week. He used the boot well to pin corners, but was yellow carded for a knocked down, intercept attempt. Had issues under the high ball, and then he notched a second, half try assist for Jordan. So I gave him a 6. Then we have Rico Ioane, I gave him a 7, injected himself into the midfield with power, carries, his offload held up, Va'ai's try, and also later, score himself with a sharp winger's finish in the corner. So I gave him a 7. Jordie Barrett, I gave him a 6. I mean, he started strong, central to the All Blacks attack. Beaten a couple of times defensively, and threw a risky pass that led to France, break later, reversed. But he returned from HIA to assist Ioane's try. Moving on to Billy Proctor now. I gave him a 6.5. I mean, quiet first half, but defensively excellent. Made a key cover tackle and forced a turnover. Came into his own in the second half with better carries and also, sharper involvement. So I gave him a 6.5. And then we had Imoni Narawa. I gave him a 6. I mean, reliable with several touchline tackles and game meters. Consistently off his wing. He's slightly out of position a few times, but it didn't prove costly. So I gave him a 6. And Will Jordan, yes, 6.5. He handled the backfield duties well. I mean, including a critical grubber, clean-up, scored 41 test tries after a smooth line run. and was try to, exploit the defenders late in the game with, probing runs. So I gave him 6.5. Then we're moving on to the substitutes. So yeah, the impact players. So Samsone Tokiaho, I gave him a 5. I mean, he maintained line-out efficiency, involved in a couple of carries. I thought he didn't have much time to impose himself, so I gave him a 5. Then Ollie Norris, I gave him a 5. I mean, solid in the set piece, made 7 tackles and maintained, that work rate, so I gave him a 5. And then Basilio Tosi, I gave him a 3. I mean, contributed a few tackles and kept the set piece steady, but offered limited impact, so I gave him a 3. And Sammy Penny Finau, so I didn't rate him because, he managed 3 tackles in short stint. Not enough time for full rating. So no rating for Finau. And Duplessis Karifi, I gave him a 5. I mean, he provided energy off the bench, involved in, the build-up to Ioane's try, and then, brought physicality on defense with, 4 carries. So, he was having a rough night with, not supporting his weight on that breakdown, It was tough, he was arguing with the ref, but I can understand his frustration. But it's not super rugby, it's international level now, so welcome to the big time leagues. But he didn't really impress me in that game. And then we had Cortes Ratama, so I didn't give him a rating, so not long enough to rate him. And then we had Dava Nawa, the debutant. What a moment, what a special moment for the Fijian second 5 and winger. He looked strong on debut with 5 determined carries, showed promise with ball in hand, so I gave him a 4. And Damian McKenzie, I didn't rate him because, he injected late spark and pace, didn't have enough time for a meaningful rating. So there you have it, guys. I mean, let me know in the comments below who was your player of the match. How do you rate the All Blacks, growth from Test 1 to Test 2? And what do we need to sharpen up before the Rugby Championship? So thanks for tuning in. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe for more rugby content. Keep supporting your rugby teams and keep the rugby spirit alive. And we will see you in the next video.